In fact, that is Ilonu, and there's James with the hoodie. There's Shakota. You know, you got to get a hand in his face. He can beat you. Sampouris.
Number 12, Janulis Lavensakis. Number 16, Percy Barlow. Number 21, Dimitris Moraitis. Number 22, Dimitris Mavroidis.
Mavroidis, you see him coming out. So Banja C as well, moving from France here to Greece to play this year for AEK.
Alexis Palekes, Kostas Bamanis, trainer Nikos.
And now we're going to get a look at Umana Reyer Venezia. And you can see in this arena, they get pretty excited when it comes to the player announcements. Marquez Haynes, he was along for the ride last year, as was Hrvoje Peric, the Croatian sensation. Mitchell Watt, see him coming out. He's going to be the big fella. Di Nicolau, the Italian guard. And Thomas Ress, of course, the big senior. There's the big man who played so well, but he fouled out, Mitchell Watt. And De Rafael will go and shake the hands of his adversary tonight, Manolopoulos. So we are almost ready to start things off. And coming into this one, if you want to look back, and we'll just talk about the leading players. We already highlighted some of those with the rosters, and we'll also get a look at the starting fives. But clearly, you're going to see for AEK Athens, Shakota should be on the floor in the big moments of the games. The referees for tonight's game, well, Vicente Bulto there in the middle from Spain, Andres Ankrogers from Latvia on the left, and Petar Obradovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Three of the best in the business. Make no mistake about it, those guys. So I'm guessing we won't be hearing too much about the refereeing tonight. The less said, the better. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start. Look at the starting five from AEK. It'll be James, Anthopoulos, Barlow, Mavroidis, and C.
Assistant scorekeeper, Mr. Andrea Coppo, 24 seconds, operator, Mr. Daniele Posenato, and technical delegate, Mr. Stefano Cazzaro.
And the starting five, I've got a feeling Mr. Orlik will be in the starting five. Tip your hat to AEK, though. They've brought some fans tonight. You can see him in the left corner of your screen. Passionate fan base. Did they come by boat, perhaps? Who knows? Maybe they flew. It would be a little bit faster, I would imagine. But this is Manolopoulos has got a well-supported team here, and he is a veteran coach. And you know, many a great coach down in Greece, that's for sure. So it'll be Haynes, Michael Jenkins, Michael Bramos, Orlik, and Watt. Of course, Watt fouled out last week, but played very well. Jenkins and Bramos, certainly in the overtime periods, were almost forgotten, really. Didn't really they weren't in the game in those moments for whatever reason. See Baliga standing over there, the Italy international in this Umana Reyer Venezia team. So coming in, leading the way. When you talk about this AEK Athens team, you want to look at the likes of James, who had the 21 points and the 10 rebounds. Mike Green played more than 20 minutes and had 9 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Xanthopoulos, there's De Raphael again. Of course, lovely character, was at the Final Four last year. We got to see him on the big stage. He was so excited to be a part of what was Umana Reyer Venezia's. You know, you could argue it was their greatest moment, but then they went ahead and they won the Italian title. That was tough to beat. So Xanthopoulos averaging 25 point, or he played 25.8 minutes. Scored 13 points, and Shakota 16 points. Matic played more than 23 minutes, had the 8 points. Barlow played a lot of minutes as well for AEK. Interestingly, didn't score last week against Estu. And Mavroidis surprisingly only down around 11 minutes for him, and Banjasi played 16 minutes. Of course, he's a high flyer. So Watt will be jumping center. And Mavroidis is out there. And we're about ready to start things off here. What promises to be an intriguing, exciting game. Well, folks, welcome. If you just joined us, we are in Venice, Italy, and it's the game between Umana Reyer Venezia and AEK Athens. Italy against Greece, and it's the Greeks with the ball here early. First attempt, and James misses, but the offensive rebound and put back from Mavroidis. Ramos picks up the foul. Well, Michael Bramos, he knows a little bit about this AEK team. Of course, he is a Greek-American, played for Greece's national team. And he picks up the first foul, and Mavroidis can't get it to drop. So now it is the turn of Umana Reyer Venezia, and Jenkins finds Orlik, who puts it up and puts it in. So Gediminas Orlik, the Lithuanian, you just can't keep him out of the spotlight, folks. And see, passes back out to the perimeter, and the long one is short, and almost a turnover. Watt gets it back. Nice jump shot off target, and bring it up the floor quickly for AEK. Now the ball goes out, and see left open, and rims out. The ball batted out of bounds. See, is an interesting addition to this AEK team. Brings a lot of athleticism. And the pass inside, and Haynes lays it up and in. Into the corner. Now Barlow. Oh, bounce pass. Mavroidis goes up and off the glass and in. Ramos. Almost an over and back there. Jenkins pulls up. James with the rebound. James gets in the lane, dumps it again to Mavroidis, but turns it over. So the foul, in fact, was on James, called for the charge. That's why that was wiped away. He got into the lane. And it was Bramos that drew that foul. Out to Jenkins again. A little bit long. Haynes chases, goes after the offensive rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Xanthopoulos dribbles behind his back. And Xanthopoulos gets to the rim, but the ball was blown dead by then. And the foul on Watt. Look at him holding up Mavroidis as he was working the baseline. So Mavroidis turning out to be a real issue here for this Venezia team. Barlow drives in. Good athleticism. The ball batted out to C. Now into Mavroidis. Good D from Watt, knocks away, but into the hands of C. Well, Ike, with the shot clock winding down, take a long one, and they crash the boards. And we'll get another attempt. And another foul on Watt, so he is going to have to come out of the game. Tough call on him, just going for the rebound. So C is at the line. The foul called while he was shooting. Strange one. Anyway, ball goes in and out. So Venezia come away with nothing. In fact, it's Watt's third foul. So that is bad news. All three fouls. Thought one had been called on Bramos earlier, so they must have changed that. Nice soft release from Baliga, the Italy international who's checked into the game. Ball batted out. So even though Umana Reyer Venezia have the early lead, they've lost their starting center, Watt, to 3 fouls in the first 3 minutes of the contest. Ike do not want to fall into an 0-2 hole at the start of this season. They get it inside to Mavroidis again. They clearly think they can get some stuff done down on the low blocks with Mavroidis. Haynes over to Orlik. Good, strong offensive rebound. Baliga back to Orlik, and he doesn't need any tempting, does he? He'll just put it up. He's not shy. Jenkins coming out. Commits the reach, commits the foul rather. Umana Reyer Venezia won at the weekend, 77-74, and a nice flying dunk from Barlow, showing his ability to get up. And his first basket cuts it back to a 2-point deficit. They battle, they scrap, and it's going to be Umana Reyer Venezia possession. A new 14. And the drive from Orlik. So 8 quick points for him. And Umana Reyer Venezia get it back up to a 4-point lead. Now the bounce pass gets away from James. Orlik in position to take it and hand it off to Jenkins. Jenkins pulls up at the line. Another attempt for Jenkins. And he starts cold. Ball saved in bounds by Baliga, but into Ike. Now Barlow, we've just seen him fly through the air for the dunk. He's going to work on Jenkins, turns. And there for the follow is Mavroidis. He misses. Baliga battles. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Ike ball. So it'll be Ike ball. Xanthopoulos inbounds it to Barlow. There's Akas in the game as well. And three-pointer is good. That gives it back to a 1-point game. So Barlow providing some electrics. Driving to the basket and also drilling the three. And now he picks up the personal, his first foul. Haynes, nothing but net. Five points for Marquez Haynes. And the drive, the ball fumbles away into the hands of Orlik. Passes it back outside. Johnson, count it! And that three-point shot has been falling with regularity for Umana Reyer Venezia. Here at the start of the game against Ike. 4 three-pointers. They lead it 18-11. Well, here was Xanthopoulos. And they worked it well to get this three for Barlow. But here is Orlik, acutely aware that his teammate is out there on the wing, and he gets him the ball and he drills it. So the three-point shot, as always, they're playing a big part here in this game for Umana Reyer Venezia. They're not afraid to put them up. Had 3 different people hit threes, in fact. And Ike doing the bulk of their work in the lane. 8 points. So let's see what Ike do coming out of the timeout. Xanthopoulos. Mavroidis passes it back outside to Barlow. James, and not able to knock it in. Jenkins gets the ball. or Baliga rather. Gets it back to Marquez Haynes. A little bit of razzle-dazzle there. Now over to Johnson. And Barlow flies in, gets the rebound. Over to Laurenzakis. Mavroidis turns. So Haynes goes out. And Di Nicolau comes into the game. Baliga picks up his first foul, so it's Mavroidis at the line. And Mike Green into the game as well, number 2. Of course, he played at Pino Carciaca last year. I think he almost played for Umana Reyer Venezia last season. He had played for them, but couldn't work out. Ilonu is checked into the game as well for AEK. Saw the smile on Laurenzakis' face. It's like, what else would you rather do than be a pro basketball player? Earn money doing something that you want to do anyway. You want to be out there playing some ball. He's having a good time. Now, Gediminas Orlik goes to work on Banja C. And as he tries to post him up, he picks up the foul. Shakota in the game as well for James. So 18-13, Umana Reyer on top. Looking to extend it to 7 or 8. Oh, Johnson. Nice move, and then lost the ball as he got into the lane. Puts it up, though, and it's between the backboard and the rim. Comes out now, Mike Green. Laurenzakis thought about launching it. Shakota puts it up and in. Now back to a 3-point deficit. And Shakota gets a hand on it, goes out of bounds. Dump to Hrvoje Peric, and just didn't make the shot. Had a good move. Now Mike Green gets inside, ball knocked off the rim. And Ilonu picks up the foul on Bramos. Look at that. Green was thinking that was possibly going to be his basket, his first basket, but the ball's knocked away. You're allowed to do that in Europe. Jenkins gives it to Di Nicolau, the final 15 seconds of the first quarter. Bramos joins the three-point shooting party. Back to a 6-point lead. AEK now with the last possession. Green over to C, wide open. Misses badly. So not the finish AEK we're looking for. And that three-point shot, 5 3-pointers made by this home team. 5 of 12, and they are on top 21-15 after 1. So looking at those numbers there quickly, and the 6 assists for Venezia. Also the 12 rebounds for Ike. And lots of noise being generated here by the devoted fan bases of both of these clubs, but especially Umana Reyer Venezia. They're at one end, and the Ike fans are at the other. And of course, this is Basketball Central in Italy. Great arena, great feel, great buzz for basketball in this city right now. And those Ike fans, you know, they've come a long way. The players will know it, and they'll want to make sure they do everything they can to get them a nice win on the road to celebrate. But they've got a lot of work cut out for them tonight. This is a very good Umana Reyer Venezia team. One that actually had a very big lead last week against Banvit. Didn't put them away, but still ended up winning after triple overtime.
Comincia la seconda frazione di gioco.
Nicolau probing, puts it up from deep, and Ilonu with the rebound. Didn't see Nicolau attempt many shots the other night against Banvit. Now Lernzakis thinks he can post up, goes up and draws the foul on Johnson. And Johnson says, what more can I do? Just move out of the way. Here it is again. Well, he definitely lowered his left arm a little bit there at the end. Zakas makes the first attempt. I was impressed by Lernzakis last season. I'm not surprised he's here playing. He had played very well when Yuri Zdovs was the coach. And really deserved more and more playing time. Di Nicolau brings it up against Green. Quick pass to Hervoje Peric. Gets blocked by Shakota. And Peric stayed with it. They pass it over to Johnson. And then the reach and the foul on Shakota. So Shakota picks up the personal. Each team with a foul here. Bramos to Di Nicolau. Left open. Takes the shot, misses. Rebound, Umana Reyer Venezia, new 14. Hervoje Peric spin move. Oh, gets inside. Oh, he doesn't finish, but he follows it up and finally gets it to fall. That was a great move by Hervoje Peric. He might just be getting ready to shift into a higher gear. Shakota with the size mismatch, fouled by Di Nicolau. Shakota, he spins and goes in and scores with a reverse layup. But they quickly get it up to Bramos. How about that answer? I'm not sure if he released early or just beat Ike down the floor quickly. Well, it adds up to a 6-point lead right now. Johnson putting some pressure on Larzakis.
Il secondo fallo per Dominic Johnson.
So 25-19, Umana Reyer Venezia. Not, looking relatively comfortable. Not entirely sure what Ike want to do yet. They get inside, they put it up and bank it in. Ramos was hoping to get a charge. Now he's been warned about flopping. Watch this. Already did pick up one. He already drew one charge. And the fact they did call the flop. So the technical foul called on Bramos. And that'll keep possession in the hands of Ike. So that is a big, big play. Already 3 points down on this trip of the floor. Excuse me, 3 points on this trip down the floor. And now Ike looking to get some more. With the ball knocked out of Shakota's hands. Pass into the corner. And Bramos passes it back. They pass it outside. Three-pointer. Hervoye Perich with the offensive rebound. Larzakis complaining that he was pushed. I didn't see any push on that replay. Maybe we joined it too late. And once again, that was the technical foul that was called on Bramos. Banjasi is going to come back in for Ike. And Larzakis is going to take a seat. Banjasi reaches, picks up the foul. So that was a quick one right off the bench. He has to come out of the game after picking up the quick one. Michael Bramos. Three-point attempt. Again for Umana Reyer Venezia. They're living out there behind the arc today. That was Bolpin that attempted that and missed it. It's his second miss. Mike Green trying to post up, fouled by Di Nicolau. So the long looks on the face of Banjasi, having to watch proceedings. But Mike Green is at the free throw line. And Green, if you know anything about him, is a player that can put points on the board in a hurry. So it only gets it back to 25-23. Jump shot, another three, and Venezia, Umana Reyer take it back up to a 5-point advantage. Bramos now with 8 points. He's hit both of his threes, and that is quite clearly the difference in the game right now. Following up the miss there. Atich. Gets it back to a three-point game. So the bullpen goes out. Reyer Venezia brings up, guarded by Shakoda. Now Orlik back in the game and immediately goes to work. Outside to Haynes. And Green goes right down the lane and scores. Well, he played for this club a couple years ago. Obviously, knows the arena, knows the fans, not intimidated. Did well in the 2015-16 season. Venezia with 7 offensive rebounds, 8 on the defensive end, but AEK actually doing a little bit better job overall on the boards. And what happens for Umana Reyer Venezia when some of these threes stop falling? 39% from the floor, Umana Reyer Venezia, 48%, but a lot less attempts for AEK Athens. So his team, the defending champions in Italy, coming off a terrific season when they reached the Final Four, the Basketball Champions League. And so far, so good for Venezia. 3-0 in the Italian League, 1-0 in the Basketball Champions League. But they are being tested right now by AEK. Reyer Venezia splits the D, goes past Ilonu, but a foul has been called.
Secondo fallo del numero 0 e Ilonu, cambio AEK il numero 22 Mavroidis.
So Ilonu was charged with that personal. His second. 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. Haynes. Parrish. Oh, what a play by Parrish. He got in there, looked like he was almost making a pass, but ended up making the shot. Pass comes shot. And the drive, and Barlow puts it back up and in. 7 points for him. He's explosive. Here's Parrish for 3. Ramos knocks it out and actually triggers a little break here for Green and AEK. Then AEK didn't get back quickly. Green decided to take it off the wrong foot. The ball is blocked out of bounds. And now the push on Orlik. Yep, just a well spotted right in front of the referee, Bulto. No hesitation as he tried to kind of nudge him along. So again, Mike Green in the spotlight quite a bit in this contest. And makes the first one. So that ties it at 30. He misses the second. So some free throw misses here for this AEK Athens team. See that, 7 of 12. Orlik, no, that was deep. Now Mike Green has the bit between the teeth, as they say. Hands it off Barlow. Atish goes up and scores. AEK have the advantage. Atish makes it 32-30. And look at that, the higher percentage shots for AEK. And Atish then goes up and picks up the foul. Nope, I think they're going to call the foul on Mavroidis. So both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. And Baliga is at the free throw line and gets a lot of rim. Shooter's bounce, gets it to go. Second one is good as well. Mavroidis in the corner. It's going to go right at Jenkins. And bowls his way inside and scores for AEK. Now Hrvoje Peric probes, drives in. What kind of D is that? Beautiful move from Hrvoje Peric, though, made it look easy. We're all tied up with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Mavroidis again, going at Baliga this time and doesn't win the day. The ball goes out of bounds. Just could not get a hold on the ball. And he's back in the game, number 1. Zakas also back in the game here for AEK. Baliga goes out. Bramos comes back in. Had a big win today for Nymburk over Aris, another of the Greek teams, 99-70. Tenerife winning big over MHP Reeds in Ludwigsburg, 44-22. Besiktas blowing out Ostend. And Chalon winning over Capo de Orlando, 34-28. We've got the closest game, folks. Couldn't be any closer. 34 apiece. Orlik goes inside. Oh, he had an easy one. Missed it. Now James over to Larzakis. And Hrvoje Peric with the rebound. Open floor, no look pass. Orlik thought about it. Now he's going to try to post up. He gets in, hands it off to Peric. Beautiful basketball. Umana Reyer Venezia. That should be on the highlight reel right there, folks. That was patience. Good passing. So 9 assists for Umana Reyer Venezia, 6 for AEK. Four turnovers for AEK, and just 1 for Umana Reyer Venezia. So terrific encounter, and really that last play is one to remember. It was finished off by Parrish, but you probably had 4 guys involved in the play, the passing, just crisp, and that's what it's all about, folks. It's a team game, and they played it to perfection. Now Barlow has it for AEK. Manolopoulos over there looking on the sidelines. Lanzakis thought about taking Johnson. Now James has it. a minute 4 remaining, and as Bramos take the ball away. Now entry pass, and Xanthopoulos called for the foul on Orlik. So free throws coming for Orlik. So that is his first foul, Xanthopoulos. And Orlik misses from the line. They haven't had many attempts today. Now just 2 of 3, make it 3 of 4. Orlik trying to make another run at the team of the week. Off to a good start today. 9 points. Efficiency rating of 10 right now. Baliga, in fact, has the highest efficiency rating with a 4.6 rebounds. He's got an 11, plus 11. Xanthopoulos for 3. Right at the shot clock buzzer. Haynes has it. Orlik. Back to Haynes. And James pushes off on Orlik. You can't believe it. He says, "This is my territory. How can you call the foul on me?" He's saying he had somebody on his hip, and that's a foul, and it wasn't called. And he said, "That's a foul. That's a foul." You could read his lips. "That's a foul, ref." And James is a little bit hot. He's going to go out of the game. Watch this. Well, he didn't push him up around the rim, but he certainly collided with him and bumped him on the hip. I didn't see the foul that James was talking about. Orlik, meanwhile, misses another free throw. Makes the second. Three-point shot has been decisive, really, in this game when you think about it. Well, on the baseline, Mavroidis battles. Jenkins has it, and with 40 seconds remaining, Venezia, Umana Reyer Venezia once again with a chance to go up by 6, maybe 7. And if they'd hurried, they might have gotten 2 for 1, but the read, the steal, and Mike Green goes in and misses the layup. Now Umana Reyer Venezia will try to hold it for 1. How in the world did Green miss that? Great defensive play, but then didn't finish. Marquez Haynes. shakes and bakes and puts it up and misses pretty much everything. Larzakis, his shot is short and after the buzzer anyway. So at halftime, it's Umana Reyer Venezia leading at 38-34 over AEK Athens in a real battle here in the Basketball Champions League. So 8 of 16 for Umana Reyer inside the arc, 6 of 20 beyond it, 4 of 6 at the line. And you saw Ike's numbers. Not quite as good, but look at the rebounding. Even Steven. More assists for Venezia. More turnovers for AEK. All adds up to a 38-34 lead for the Italian club here in Venice. So second half action coming up shortly here. Again, looking at the leading scores, Mavroidis has the 10 points and the 4 rebounds. And you see Orlik is leading the way with 10 points for Venezia, and he also has 2 steals. And there are the leading scorers overall. Barlow with 7, Green with 5, Bramos and Peric each with 8. And that pairing, actually, Bramos and Peric have played very well tonight. So at halftime, 38-34, it's Umana Reyer Venezia on top of AEK. We'll be right back.
risultato AEK 34. Ricordiamo amici del Cagliarizzo che sabato 21 ottobre alle 20:45 il programma qui con la Sport, la sfida tra i campioni d'Italia dell'Umana Reyer maschile, la Paroli Cremona. I biglietti sono acquistabili anche stasera alle casse del Palasport. Approfittate della promozione Porta un amico, riservata a tutti gli abbonati Oro Granata. Ricordiamo che RBM Assicurazione Salute è il main sponsor dell'Umana Reyer Venezia, vi augura la buona partita e vi invita a tifare con tutto il cuore. Ricordiamo amici, mancano 2 minuti all'inizio del terzo quarto, quindi facciamo il tifo per la nostra squadra. Ricordiamo che i quintetti sono offerti da Terminal Fusina con i suoi servizi attivi tutto l'anno, park, auto e collegamenti diretti per Venezia e Lamperoni. Consulta le orari delle linee su www.terminalfusina.it. Bene amici, siamo pronti per l'inizio della terza frazione di gioco.
Okay, second half action about ready to get underway here in Venice. In fact, we're underway. AEK trailing 38-34 against Umana Reyer Venezia. And a very even contest. And what are they going to do to try to turn this thing around? Just do more of the same and hope their opponents start missing some shots and they start making them. Well, Aaron Zakis starts like hot as a firecracker. That's his first three-pointer. 38-37. You can see he turned over to the AEK fans and gave a let's go shout. And Watt, kind of the forgotten man after picking up the 3 fouls early on, comes into the contest and scores. And he was missed. That's his first basket. And Mavroidis with the offensive rebound and put back. And now quickly, Larzakis has a chance. Put him ahead, but the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be AEK possession. Larzakis, another 3 attempt, this time well short, and Bramos with the rebound. And a three-pointer is good. Well, Orlik now with 13 points, folks. You just can't keep this guy off the center of the stage. He just forces his way in there week after week already with the 13 points. Now Barlow gets inside, puts it up, misses, and James can't collect the rebound. The ball goes out of bounds. And the drive, and Orlik draws the foul from James. And his teammates rush over to help him up. So tough start to the second half for James now with 3 fouls. He has to sit down. And Orlik is just beasting it right now. Nobody can stop him. Second one is good as well. Inside, and Mavroidis goes up. He's got 12 points. Make it 14 now. 6 of 7 inside the arc. Mavroidis, far more influential tonight than he was 1 week ago. And their blowout defeat to Estu. Well, they're lost to Estu. Now Johnson's shot no good. And Larzakis hits it over to Shakota off the back of the iron. Marquez Haynes has it midcourt, back to Orlik. Orlik didn't like it, tried to get it to Watt, but the ball was batted away back into the hands of Larzakis. Haynes picks up the first personal now. Larzakis drives in, gets blocked, but draws the contact and earns a trip to the free throw line. However, holding his right hand, took some contact. Look at this. I think the foul was on Johnson. So tries to shake it off and goes to the line. Looked okay with that release. And now Larzakis is complaining about somebody in the Umana Reyer Venezia crowd shining a light in his face. You could see it. So Johnson picks up his third foul, as you can see. And they will be looking now to see if they can find out who that is in the crowd. It's obviously taking things a little bit too far. And that time he takes his time and makes it. So back to a 2-point game. Game on, folks. Still a great one. Remembering how Umana Reyer Venezia played it last week, they only play close games. Haynes, bounce pass, Watt goes up, takes the contact, and will settle for a couple of free throws. Great play from Haynes, making the perfect bounce pass. Zakis charged with that personal. And what was a potential three-point play now will be no better than one. Watt misses the first attempt. And the lefty does indeed get one of two. And the drive and the foul, offensive foul called on AEK. And the push called on Mavroidis. His second. Back, dribbles, gets it over to Jenkins. Now Bramos, pump fake from Watt, gonna go in for the two-handed flush. Nice slick move. The patience of Watt is rewarded. Barlow drills the three. Well, this AEK team not going to go anywhere. They're right in the thick of it tonight. 10 points for Barlow. Marquez Haynes. Over to Orlick, now to Bramos. Bramos. Beautiful pass from Bramos. And another wham, bam, jam. Thank you, ma'am. From Mr. Watt. 7 points for him. He's the battering ram here in this second half so far for Venezia. Now Shakota drives down. Beautiful play from him, scoring with the left hand. Foul called here. Zakis arguing his case. Reach. Second foul on Zakis. Bramos. Pump fake, gives it back to Hervoye Peric, who was very good in the first half. Haynes with the shot clock winding down in the same spot, folks, where he hit that three-pointer to force overtime on game day one against Banvit. Just go over there and stand, Marquez, and take it all the time. Now Jenkins, 3-on-1 break, hands it off to Hervoye Peric, and the Croatian slams it on the break. A little burst, a little flurry. Umana Reyer Venezia have the wind in their sails, and they force AEK Athens to call timeout. Look at that, 9 fast break points now for Umana Reyer Venezia. So Valtor de Rafael knows a long way to go in this one, but has to like his team's start to the second half now with 5 steals in the game. And who would want to be an Umana Reyer Venezia fan or owner or whatever these days? Well, a lot of people, because they're winning. They're winning. Look at this. He loves that spot. Just get him the rock. And this is what really gets the fans going. Hervoye Peric on the break. He has been exceptional tonight, Revellier. Terrific. Missed a couple of shots early, but you could see he was playing with a lot of determination and confidence. And that has helped Umana Reyer Venezia build this 7-point lead. Peric picks up the foul on the perimeter. His first. And that was on Green. No surprise that Green is back in the lineup. Green splits the D. Wide open, Barlow, a little bit of a pump fake, hesitation, and he hits the three. Three-pointers starting to fall here for Ike. Haynes back outside to Watt. Ramos now, he's going to take what they give him, but he gets rejected right at the rim. And now Green. And Green called for the travel. Green struggling on a little bit with his fast break play. Nicolau into the game. Orlik open. He's going to take it. He's going to make it. Gediminas Orlik once again drilling the three-pointers. And Umana Reyer Venezia, yeah, they like that investment, don't they? 18 points for him. 4 of 7 from deep. And Zakis answers with a three. This thing is really heating up, folks. Terrific, terrific game tonight here in Venice. And now the miss. And Barlow pulls up and floats in, but misses the shot. Now Watt, outlet pass to Jenkins. And he steps over to his left, misses. Di Nicolau, though, is able to get a tap on the ball over to Peric. And the ball this time no good. Orlik in there battling for the rebound. And, well, it's not just his shooting, folks. It's battling for a position. And the scrap, as you can see. And the first one is good. Orlik. Well, he just is. I know that Banvit probably hated to see him leave, but Orlik certainly has already got a lot of fans here in Venezia, the way he's playing. Venezia doing a lot of damage at the free throw line as well as Ike. And boy, beautiful play that time from Mike Green. You're not going to keep that man down. Orlik has it. Di Nicolau open. Green passes over to Barlow. Foul called. And De Nicolau picks up the personal. Another foul on the perimeter, and Boto telling De Rafael, calm down, coach. Let me call the game. Good officiating. And just when you think Venezia, Umana Reyer Venezia might start to open up a little bit of a lead, Ike comes storming right back and close the gap to just 2 points. So timeout on the court. Listen to Dave Rafael.
No, squeeze. Under you. Okay. In offense, we go this side. Okay, for Pero. Watch. On it.
So see what comes out of this timeout here for Umana Reyer Venezia. And Ike, you wonder how they would perform, how the game would turn if they could get their noses in front. Orlick, boy, he's determined. Misses, long rebound, chased down by Jenkins, and able to pass it inside to Orlick. Those are the plays that make the differences between wins and losses. Good hustle from Jenkins, and there he goes. He gives Parrish another chance, and Parrish scores with the layup in the final minute here of the third quarter. It's the little things. Chakota hands it off, and going right down the lane was Elonu. In the final seconds, ticking off the clock, Jenkins, he gets rejected. And the foul, however, called on Elonu. From Vicente Bolto, the foul. Well, there was definitely body. It was either on Barlow or Elonu. But on the other hand, what about the law of verticality? Did they go straight up? I couldn't quite tell there. Well, listen to the fans singing tonight. Both ends of the floor. It's a great atmosphere in Venice. Well, hard to believe that's Jenkins' first point. But then again, he did start the game and started slow, shooting it from deep. Couldn't make anything. You never know, he might bust loose here. 2 free throws. And Barlow's attempt, almost, but almost isn't good enough. And Umana Reyer Venezia go to the bench here at the end of the third quarter, leading it by 4 points. 64-60. And the three-point shots now starting to fall for Ike. And this game not over by a long stretch. Obviously, just a 4-point difference. And there's not anything really that Ike are doing offensively that you can say is bad. I mean, the difference has perhaps been defensively, maybe not getting the hand in the face of the jump shooters, and also not getting back on some of those fast breaks. That's been the difference really in the game. Some of the highlights of this third quarter. So Marquez Haynes and Umana Reyer Venezia start proceedings here. And now the turnover. Xanthopoulos back in the game, gets it to Green, and he puts it up. And good hustle down the floor there by Lonu. Ramos. And Jenkins. Well, it's about time he knows it. Excuse me, Baliga. Well, Baliga just is another of those players that just, look at those numbers, 6 points, 7 rebounds. He is solid, and he just makes plays. But that time, didn't get back in time to help play defense on Ilonu. There's Jenkins, guarded by Green. Shot is good. There's Jenkins. So now with 4 points, his first shot made from the floor. The foul right at the end of the shot clock by Bramos, and he's arguing that the dive was taken. Look at Larzakis, kind of fumbled the ball, chases it, and you know, we see it so many times, the shooters getting fouled from behind the arc, and maybe good defense by Bramos, but maybe just too good a defense. Maybe just get a hand up in the face, but not with the swiping motion. And he makes 2 of 3, so it's still a 2-point game. Peric. Left open, puts it up. Boy, he has got it tonight, folks. Revoyo Peric just silky smooth and takes it back to 70 to 66. Look at that, 14 points, 7 of 12 from the floor. I mean, he just is Mr. Confidence tonight. Larzakis puts up another 3 from the wing. Shakota bats it to Xanthopoulos. Green puts up a 3. And Reyer Venezia with the rebound. And it goes, and what? A little bit of a breakdown. Ike fall asleep. They had players back. That was a weird fast break giveaway. Now they've got 13 fast break points to just 2 for Ike. And Watts had him a decent second half scoring-wise. Larzakis from the left. And the ball goes up. Stays out. Larzakis has it again. Over to Sakota. Hands it off. Beautiful play from Ike, and they get a chance for a 3-point play. Sakota passes to a cutting Ilonu. Every point now is big with 6:50 remaining, so Johnson checks back into the game. Ilonu with 10 points. 6 rebounds. Nice game. He's also been a factor on defense. And misses the free throw. But Ike get it back. So this could be a huge trip down the floor. Green has it. And Xanthopoulos, though, waits too long to get the shot off. Now, have they called a foul on Umana Reyer Venezia? Or are they saying the shot clock had already expired? Yes, they are. And De Rafael wants to give a low 5 there to Bolto, but he goes, yeah, whatever. I got you. That was good communication by the refs. Well, Ilonu comes out of the game. Barlow back guarding Bramos. Reaches in, takes it away. He's got those long arms. And they are calling a block on Bramos. And remember, he was called for the technical foul in the first half. He also drew a charge in the first half. And it was one of those, perhaps the easiest thing to do there. And I have to say, you have to applaud Bramos. He plays some good defense, but it looks like he's put a little bit of extra into it on that fall. Nevertheless, he's got 3 fouls. Sakota goes out. James back in, number 1. And Barlow, a lot of rim, and Orlick, who is back in the game as well. You just feel like with Orlick out there, he's kind of a calming influence. Still can't get over that foul that he committed at the end of the first overtime in that last game, that win over Banvit. That was, I would suggest, uncharacteristic of him. But ever since then, he's been playing excellent. Here's Orlick. That was well short. And Green with the rebound. Green looks to go baseline. No look past Green. Inside, and Mavroidis cuts that deficit back to 2 points. That was a beautiful play from Green. Mavroidis was so open, he just couldn't believe it. Just took his time, and I'll tell you, if he'd waited much longer, it would have been a 3-second violation. Look at Watt, right at the line. Xanthopoulos with the rebound. And folks, Look at Green again, drives in. Oh, he missed the shot. Beautiful move, just didn't have the finish. The former Butler Bulldog now playing some tenacious defense. And Green doesn't want to stare down the ref too much. What a great one we've got. Second week in a row here in Venice, and Umana Reyer Venezia are in a thriller. Orlik down low to Hervé Perich. Gets inside, scores with the reverse. He is solid tonight. 8 of 13, 16 points. Barlow tries to answer. Now Marquez Haynes quickly, beautiful pass from Haynes. Orlik went for what might have been considered a dagger there, but missed it. And now AEK have it back. And now Mavroidis called for the foul, trying to post up. And he doesn't want to get a technical for complaining, but I think he has. Look at this. And I have to say, it's a tough call on Mavroidis in the first place. Scrapping, battling for position, but you don't want to compound it by giving away a technical. 4 fouls on Mavroidis. I'd have to see it again. Maybe he hooked him. So it's costly as Johnson makes the free throw. Perich goes down the lane. Oh, he's a man tonight. Well, look at that. Somebody, he's making it look so easy. It's almost as if nobody is guarding him. What a big turn of events. The offensive foul on Mavroidis, and Umana Reyer Venezia turn it into a three-point trip down the floor. Johnson says, here you go, Hervé. It's on a platter. Just take it. Nobody's going to stop that. Well, he's almost unrecognizable from the player from last week, Perich. He's got 18 points. Orlik has the 20. Interesting, those two guys in a race to be the highest rated player by the end of the night. Orlik, who had that terrific first half, has an efficiency rating of 22. He also has the 8 rebounds. Mavroidis with the 16 points is leading the way for AEK, who just can't quite seem to get over the hump tonight against this Umana Reyer Venezia team. Cologne going to win tonight over Capo di Orlando. Boy, Besiktas really put a hurting on Ostend. That was in Belgium. And Tenerife now leading by 13 over MHP Riesen Ludwigsburg. So you never give up on that John Patrick coach team. They will always fight back. They'll play for 40 minutes. And we've been treated really to the best game of the night here with Venezia taking on AEK in front of a great crowd as usual in Venice. Green. Oh, beautiful play. Green doesn't finish, but how about that? The follow by James. This game has one great play after another. Di Nicolau gets it to Johnson. Johnson goes past Green, over to Hervoye Peric. Off the front of the rim. Here comes Ike now. They've got their chance. 3:20 remaining, down 5. Oh, nice little crossover, but the ball goes out of bounds. And perhaps a tad fortunate to retain possession this time. Ike. Green inbounds it, Shikoda. Oh, look at him. He's from the next county. He was from Umbria there. He missed it. Well, I guess Shikoda range is anywhere in the gym. Look at the scrapping with Mavroidis and Peric. Third foul on Peric. Turn. And the battle. And Di Nicolau comes down with the board. 2:45 remaining. Orlick fouled. No, the travel. So 8 turnovers apiece. And this is a good move, I think, to get Haynes back in the game. Marquez Haynes, Bramos in the game. Will this be the team that finishes it for Umana Reyer? What about Mike Green? You know, he likes these types of moments. He's got the ball. Going to work against Marquez Haynes. Gets inside, takes a little bit of contact. No call, Mavroidis with the board. Shikoda. Oh, from the line. Able to bat it out to Green for 3. Good! Mike Green. Be like Mike. 77-75. Haynes now for 3. And Ike with a chance to tie it or take the lead. Inside Mavroidis. And we've got a tie game, folks. You have to applaud Ike. They've had some adversity in this game, but they just keep plugging away, chugging away. Here it is again. The 3 was there if he wanted it, but he took the high percentage shot. Gave it to Mavroidis, who also has been pretty effective, as we've said all night tonight. 18 points, 9 rebounds. Goodness me. A game-high 25 efficiency rating for Mavroidis. Well, surely he's in contention for a spot on the team of the week, if anybody's listening. Orlick has 21 efficiency now for Umana Reyer Venezia. Mavroidis with the 4 fouls. Barlow and James each with 3. Dave Raphael having a few choice words for the refs. Yeah, you have to say, I mean, these circumstances, with these Ike fans traveling, Mavroidis in the hot atmosphere of Venezia has come here and almost has a double-double and has led his team back to level terms. 77 apiece. Dare we say overtime. Another possible overtime game with Umana Reyer Venezia. Hey, maybe we're looking at another 3 overtime game. Well, let's just see how it goes, folks. Oh, Johnson, beautiful drive, but didn't finish. $1 million move. 5-cent finish, as they're wont to say. Now Xanthopoulos hands it off to Larentzakis. Oh, yeah, they're going to call contact. Yeah, it'll be on Watt. Well, Larentzakis at the line, and it really did look like the Umana Reyer Venezia were, you know, with especially the way Peric was playing, that they were about to lower the boom. And suddenly, here's Ike. Full marks, especially to the coach, for keeping his calm and keeping his players focused. Don't become undone by the adversity. When you don't get the call that you desperately need, just keep playing, keep playing. Good things will happen. And they have happened here for Ike. They've gone in front by 2. Oh, beautiful pass to Bramos. And is fouled. He will get a trip to the line. And looks like pretty good defense there from both James and Barlow. But Bramos doing a good job of earning a trip to the free throw line. Well, Bramos doesn't make any apologies about anything. His mission was to at least get to the free throw line, and he has. 9 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. Good night's work for him so far. And now he's in double digits. So you see the free throw disparity there. You never know. Could be decisive. Green. Guarded by the taller Peric, goes right around him. Passes over to Barlow. Battle for the board, and Shakota collects it and scores with a putback. Ike, perhaps on the verge of a very important win. Haynes, bounce pass to Peric, and fouled by Mavroidis. That'll be it for Mavroidis.
Quinto fallo del numero 22 Mavroidis.
So James comes back in for Mavroidis. Boy, he was terrific, wasn't he, Mavroidis? You take away the technical foul, that's why you don't complain, folks. He's still in the game. Instead, it cost his team a point, and ultimately it's made him leave the contest right when the game is on the line. That point slow to register. There it is. Oh, Peric just makes 1 of 2. And Orlik bats it out of bounds. So with 18.4 seconds remaining, they will have to foul if they can't get the steal. This is interesting. So you put your good free throw shooters in the contest. And you hope you can make some free throws, which you haven't done terrifically well tonight. Look at that, 15 of 19 and 15 of 22. 7 misses for Ike, and Larentzakis is 8 of 9, so you want him in there for sure. Mavroidis is out of the game. He's 2 of 3. Banjasi 0 of 2, but he hasn't been playing here in the second half. See the bench points. That's been a factor tonight for Ike. Mike Green 3 of 5. If he stays in, maybe you foul him. And James, if he is coming back, he hasn't taken a free throw tonight. Neither has Barlow. So 18.4 seconds remaining. Just 1 week ago, Umana Reyer Venezia, well, it certainly looked like they were going down to defeat, and they were able to force overtime against Banvit. They ended up winning in triple overtime. So that should tell you right there, a long way to go, but now they got to get the foul. Is that who you foul? It's 3 and, yep, they foul Mike Green. So Mike Green goes to the line for the chance to stretch the lead to 3. And now the chess match as well. What will Ike do? I'm guessing they would foul to prevent a three-pointer if they're able to get these 2 free throws. Mike Green says, no problem, just give me the rock. I'll put it in. And Green, boy, he was money in the bank that time, wasn't he? Now I am guessing again that Ike will commit the foul. They'll try to let as much time run off the clock as possible, and then they will commit the foul. Because look, Umana Reyer hit 9 threes tonight. We know that Orlick has it within himself to hit the 3. Haynes, certainly. Johnson, even Parrish. So a lot of options out there. Now, might you go for a quick 2? They might take the quick 2 if they can get it. Somebody talk to that guy with that hat on to the left of the sign. What's he shouting about? His team's winning. He's losing it. You just got to really admire the way they've stuck with it. They have been terrific tonight, Ike. And in all fairness, to me, in my opinion, Venezia have played better than they played last week against Banvit. Well, that was a mistake-filled game, especially late, especially in the fourth quarter for them. So who will attempt a 3 if they can get it? And even Bramos can shoot the 3. So 5 players, and you don't want to foul the three-point shooter. That would be the worst thing you could do if you're Ike. Do not foul the three-point shooter. So they go ahead and commit the early foul. And Johnson now will go to the line and have to make some free throws. Now Johnson has missed some free throws. He missed some last week. 4th foul on Barlow. He's made his only free throw tonight. So relatively quiet night for Johnson. And makes the first one. This is why you take 100 free throws a day. Or perhaps before you go to bed at night. Don't go to bed till you make 90%. And there he is. He makes both. So now Ike have to get the ball in bounds. They do to Green. And again, Green is fouled by Haynes. Well, they'll be singing Green's name if he makes these free throws. Well, anybody that watches these games, you know that Umana Reyer Venezia only play close games. And here we are again. This time they're trailing Ike 83-82. And Green has just made a couple. And now he's made 3 in a row. He had missed 2 free throws. He was 3 of 5 before making now 3 in a row. And he sinks both of them. Just cool as a cucumber. Back to a 3-point lead. Will they commit the foul or will they play D? And they do foul Johnson. And was it an unsportsmanlike? They have called the unsportsmanlike foul. Unbelievable. Certainly Larzakis can't believe it. Look at this. You have to be so careful with this. And folks, I'm sorry. Kroger's has got every right to call that if you don't play the ball. And Larzakis was committing the foul as instructed, but you got to play the ball. So this will be 2 shots and possession. And this will be talked about. Now, we talked about this. You can't allow this if you're Ike to mess you up mentally. You got to stay tough mentally. You'll still have the lead if he makes this free throw. And he does. But now the difference is Venezia, they could go for 2. They could take it down to the final seconds. They could try to get something before that. If you're Ike, hopefully you don't want to foul. Well, Haynes is going to take a 3. And Orlick there for the offensive rebound. And he is fouled. Folks, you simply cannot believe it. Umana Reyer Venezia, another Greek drama for Ike, and it could turn into a Greek tragedy. Unbelievable. Orlick got position, and then he took the contact from poor Larzakis, who's not going to sleep well tonight, folks, quite frankly. Just committed the unsportsmanlike, and then crashing the boards. And you have to applaud Orlick. He got into position. He went up and he got the rebound. And now the question is there still enough time on the clock, or was the foul committed after? Was the foul committed after the clock had expired? The tension is palpable. If there's enough time, he will go to the line for 2 free throws. He could win it with a pair of free throws. He could tie it and send it to overtime, which I would guess would be the most likely scenario since we're in Venezia and they like overtime. Or he could miss both. Remember, they played triple overtime last week against Banvit. And you got to feel for Ike. Yeah, there is time on the clock. 0 point, I think he said 9. If I'm reading lips right. So it is 0 point. Let's see if my lip reading is good. 0.6, 7, 8, 9. Come on, get it up there. There it is. Orlick, 20 points. And poised yet again to give Umana Reyer Venezia a famous, famous win. But he has to make both free throws. Oh, he misses the first one. Now he's got to make it to send it to overtime. Who would have thunk it? All the drama. Remember Orlick last year with Banvit, also in similar situations, makes the second. 0.9 seconds remaining, folks, and we are going to probably have overtime unless Green makes it. He takes the shot, and we're going to overtime. What a joy it's been for me. Another chance to call an overtime game for Umana Reyer Venezia. And I got to be honest, folks, it would have been tough watching Ike lose in that manner tonight, so maybe overtime's the best way to do it. 85-85 after 4 quarters. A lot of basketball still to be played. Well, two things. You know what? AEK have done exceptionally well to stay in the game. But you also have to applaud, I think, the referee in a very difficult circumstance, calling the unsportsmanlike, knows the decision perhaps will be scrutinized unless he's just calling as he sees it and doesn't really worry about what anybody thinks. But if you looked at the instant replay, it certainly looked like, you know, Larzakis didn't make the play on the ball like he has to. So he left himself open to that call. As we look at the stats here in the in this game, boy, the free throw line, time and time again, games are won and lost at the free throw line, aren't they? And then you have to applaud Orlik for getting into position to get the offensive rebound. And again, the refs made the right call. Larzakis, as you do, you know, you get in there, you try to crash the boards to get the rebound. It's not a mistake by him, but you know, perhaps flew into Orlik. That was the mistake. Because if he catches it and goes up and scores, this game over. So, you know, he's just playing hard. And it's just the way the cards have fallen. And Green has been good. He's upset that they haven't been able to win this thing in regulation. So, what is it about this Umana Reyer Venezia team and overtime? The Cardiac Kids. Who will play better in this overtime? Remember, Matt Bruitas has already fouled out. And they've got a mismatch now with Shakota being guarded by Haynes, and they're going to get it to him. And Haynes called for a hold.
Quarto fallo per Marquez, Haynes. Inoletta Shakota.
So Shakota misses the first one. Misses the second. And Watt comes up with the rebound. Just oh boy. Remember this Gediminas Orlik story. Here's Johnson, puts up the long jump shot. That was the two. Just reading where Jordan Theodore's Gediminas Orlik's Banfit teammate last season, saying his teammate was going to be MVP tonight. Well, maybe not Jordan. Then quickly AEK answer with Ilonu at the other end. 87 apiece. We missed Jordan Theodore in the Basketball Champions League. Come on back, Jordan. We need you. Actually, we got a lot of thrills and spills. Inside to Watt. Look at him. He turns. He puts it up. Gets the ball back and draws the foul.
Secondo fallo numero 4, Santopoulos. Ci sono 2 tiri liberi per Mitchell Watt.
And Xanthopoulos, I think, called for the foul from behind. Ooh, and now Watt misses his first free throw. So one thing's for sure, if you're Umana Reyer Venezia, if you don't have anything else to do for the rest of your evenings and you come to watch them play, you know you're going to get some bonus time. You get more bang for your euro or lira. And he misses both free throws. And I think into the lane too soon anyway. So they give it against Venezia, so they give it back over to AEK and Mr. Green. Mr. Green dribbles between his legs, guarded by Bramos. Gets in between the two defenders, passes to Xanthopoulos, now Sakota. Puts it up from deep and rims it in. And they are slow to register, but yes, indeed, folks, it was a three, so 3:25 remaining. Sakota makes his first three. You got to be bold to take that shot, and he is. Nike, who started cold from 3 now with a better shooting percentage. And Bramos just grazed the outside of the net. Quick pass, jump shot, good! And just like that, Ike with another three-pointer have gone in front 93-87, and Valtadeo Rafael calls timeout. I think that's their biggest lead of the game. It is indeed their biggest lead of the game now. Oh, Gediminas Orlik, 21 points. Perich, 19. Bramos, 10. But Orlik would be willing just to score 1 point on the game if it were a free throw that could win it. He went 1 of 2 at the end of regulation. Could have won it. But instead, the game went to overtime. And now Ike, who are led by Mavroidis' 18 points, have gone in front by 6. So just under 3 minutes remaining, and Umana Reyer Venezia not giving up the ghost. And a foul called, so that'll stop the clock and put Umana Reyer Venezia on the free throw line. Larzakis having some foul issues here in the second half, or rather late in the contest. Orlik gets one of them to go. And makes both. Yeah, this game isn't over by a country mile, folks. Something tells me something crazy might be about to happen once again in Venice. And something crazy has already happened. We've gone to OT, 93-89, second time in a row. Game hasn't finished with regulation. Green, shot off the front of the rim. Now Perich gets it to Haynes. Johnson gets to pick, but then Green recovers, takes it away. And the foul on Johnson. He fell on top of Green, trying to get the ball back. Johnson slipped. Fourth foul on Johnson. Well, what a big play that is. So Green goes to the line, makes one. $18 points for Green now, 19. He just has not wavered at the free throw line here when it really, really mattered. So back to a 6-point deficit. Johnson puts up a three. Good! Gets it back to a 3-point game. So the Basketball Champions League, folks. Great teams playing great games. That's what it's all about. And that's what we're watching right now. Neither of these teams is showing signs of buckling. Beautiful drive, and Green once again just continues to make plays. Look at Green. Even took some contact there, made the shot. And Ilonu fouls, or has to sit down. 97-92. Not sure why Ilonu's upset. Wants to be out there. Johnson drives in for the dunk. I don't think we saw that coming. A little bit of elevation from Mr. Johnson. Ever since they called the foul on Johnson, he's answered offensively with 5 straight points. Shakota drives baseline. Oh, tough move from him. He's had a good overtime. Game back to 5. Bramos into Orlik. Orlik drives. Oh, tough shot. Tough shot from Gediminas. Orlik. Back to a 3-point game now. He's got 25 points. Green happy to take some time off the clock. Barlow from the left corner. Orlik hits it over to Bramos. Now Haynes. The chance is there. Johnson pulls up for 3. Good, another one for Johnson. Goodness gracious. This man right here, you got to stand up and applaud him. He has come back in style. 8 points after that foul. A couple of 3-pointers, the dunk. Umana Reyer Venezia, they don't do quit, folks. They just keep on fighting. Look at that. Beautiful release. What an inspirational flurry here from Johnson. He has been terrific. 11 3-pointers now made by Umana Reyer Venezia. And look at the crowd. They want more. They're like, what does it take to beat this team? We were on top. We went up by 6. They came back. We went back in front by 5, 6 points. They keep coming back. They can't keep them down. Tell you what, the stage is being set right now. I'm guessing we might see an Orlik clutch shot. Perhaps another one from Johnson. Look at that, 18 points for him now. I mean, he's the way he's played here late, he's been the MVP of this game for Umana Reyer. He has been clutch in the overtime. Still 36.6 seconds remaining. Green, he has been some kind of tough customer here late in the contest. Taking time off the clock. And they switch Orlik onto him. Now Green gets around, drives. Oh, he's tough. Tough as nails, Mike Green. Remember him getting the MVP of the week once last year when he was playing for Pinar Karšiaka. Johnson turns. He goes in again for the dunk. The game tire. Goodness gracious. We're on the verge of double overtime. Barlow. James goes in the lane. Oh, he puts it over Bramos with 2 seconds remaining. It's going to take a prayer from Johnson. Oh, he hits the rim. Unbelievable scenes. That would have won the game. Crazy, crazy finish. Oh, you got a feel for Ike. They lived and died 1,000 deaths as that ball from Johnson went oh so close to going in. And Walter De Rafael and Umana Reyer Venezia, full marks to them as well. They really battled tonight. You got to stand up and applaud both of these teams, folks. This was a great game. Tremendous effort. Both teams. Umana Reyer Venezia on the winning end last week against Banvit. And coming up just short tonight, AEK were able to get it in the front court, get it to James, who went in for the dunk, although Bramos bravely went up and tried to block him. That left 2 seconds left. That had 2 seconds on the clock. They inbounded the ball. They got it to Johnson. He knew he didn't have much time. He launched a 3/4 of the length of the court shot. It sailed through the air. It got closer and closer, and you could just see the AEK bench looking, and the ball hit the front of the rim, bounced up, and stayed out. Unbelievable. Well, just digest the stats. And don't forget how well, I mean, really, both of these teams played. Mike Green was terrific. I mean, he was really, with the game on the line, he was the guy that brought AEK home, in my opinion. Of course, some other guys made some plays like Shikoda, but he was the man when the game was on the line, and it's not the first time we've said that before. So he leads AEK really to victory over his former team, Umana Reyer Venezia. A little bit of sweet taste of a victory in that one for Mr. Green. And for Umana Reyer Venezia, look at Johnson. He comes out, Dominic Johnson, and claps or gives high fives, low fives with the rest of his teammates to this great crowd that's in Venezia, in Venice. See Orlik with the 2 steals. Don't forget, Gediminas Orlik. Johnson had the 20 points. Orlik with the 25. The game high. Green with 23. Peric had 19. Mavroidis was the man for a long stretch. Some people might say he was the MVP for AEK, but I think in crunch time you have to say it was down to Green. So these are the standings, and both of these teams now 1-1. So the other games in this group will be played tomorrow. And don't forget that Gediminas Orlik had the crucial rebound at the end of regulation and was fouled by Laranzakis, went to the line with a chance to win it if he made both free throws, and he missed the first but made the second. And then that ended up being enough to force the overtime. So pure drama once again, and this time it is the traveling fans that are the happy ones, AEK Athens. And you have to really love the scenes from the Athens fans coming all this way to support their team. You knew that made a difference for them as well. So Umana Reyer Venezia win it last week after triple overtime, but this time they come up short, losing it right at the end to AEK Athens in one of probably the best games that we'll see in the Basketball Champions League this week. Now the Umana Reyer Venezia fans are going to have their retort, their riposte to the AEK fans. Again, here's some of the highlights. There'll be a bunch of them because there are some great plays here. A memorable contest, especially in the overtime period. It's all about winning, staying in touch, giving yourself a chance to win, making the plays. AEK did that. Could not ask for a better game, that's for sure. There's Green chasing. That was the play where they called the foul on Johnson, and then he took it personally. He just started to take over for Umana Reyer Venezia. Look at this. So he pulls up and hits the 3. And shortly you'll see him go down the lane for a dunk. Here he is. You say, "You gonna give me that? You gonna give me that? You gonna give me that? Okay, I'll take it." And then he goes in and jams it home. And then Green was like, well, you know what? I'm the player of this game. I'm making the plays. I'm going to give it to Shikoda. And he goes in and makes a tough runner. And then inside, Orlik wasn't done yet. He goes in and takes his tally up to 25 for the night. And then Johnson again says, don't forget about me. I'm open. I'm going to take it, even though there was a hand in the face, in fact. So that took him to 8 points in a row after that foul had been called. But Green was just so tough. Look, the drive to the basket. And then Johnson again says, you like that first dunk? How about this one? But then this is how it unfolded right at the end, the go-ahead basket. And James was able to, I think he faked out Orlik. And then Johnson, look at that, all the way, and it hit the front of the rim. Had that gone in, Umana Reyer Venezia would have won the game. And those AEK fans and the AEK team, the coaches and the players, they had their, you know what, it was they were praying. Anyway, great finish, folks. It's been a pleasure. A lot more Champions League action, basketball Champions League action coming your way. Tomorrow night, be sure to tune in. AEK win it 103-101 after overtime at Venezia.